Hi, I'm Chad Higdon. I'm here just to provide an update to everybody on our pandemic response. It's really been an interesting few weeks for us, and I'm sure for everybody. It's a challenging time for everybody trying to deal with everything that's going on, school closures and work layoffs and furloughs, and it's really opened our eyes to really the community's response when something like this happens, and it's been an honor to really for us to be there for families that are really relying on us at this time. The first thing I'll talk about some of our efforts around children. With school out, there's a lot of kids that otherwise would be at school eating a hot meal at lunch every day, and we know that's not happening. A lot of our schools in the area have really stepped up to provide meals in that absence of that daily school meal, and we're very thankful for all that they're doing. In addition to that, we've been reaching out to each of the schools, and for the most part, almost every school that we were working with before has continued to receive their backpack buddies and work to get those in the hands of kids. And so that's our school counselors and school coordinators and volunteers in those communities that really have stepped up to get the product and then make sure those kids that rely on that need it. We also have 5 early out summer feeding sites that have started up now with school out. One's in White Cloud and one's in Kickapoo on the Kansas side, and 3 of those in St. Joe. And we're actually serving nearly 500 meals every day through those sites. And so it's been an opportunity for us to kind of get that program up and running a little early. Waive that congregate meal requirement so the kids can take the food, go back home, or eat it somewhere where they're not in large group settings. And so I'm really doing everything we can to make sure those services continue and really being there for the kids. And I know that it means a lot for the communities that have really stepped up to help us kind of make all that happen. In terms of our fresh mobile pantry distribution efforts, there's 26 of those sites that happen every month. Where we really just unload a box truck and at street level have lines of cars kind of come through. It's an orderly fashion, and then have the product just distributed out to the car. So it's really limiting that direct close interaction with clients and still making sure they're receiving the food that's needed. And we're seeing a tremendous jump. A lot of those sites have seen 40 to 50% increase in the number of cars coming through those lines here in the last couple months, and in terms of the amount of food that's really been needed. We saw about a 50,000 pound increase month over month from January to February, and we're seeing even more food going out this month. So it's been a steady stream. We've been able to kind of keep that supply going, but we know there's a lot of families that are really relying on us. Some for the very first time, and some that haven't needed any assistance for a long time, and we're really doing everything we can to keep that going and to help meet those families' needs, through this response. So we're really doing everything we can to maintain our operations with as few interruptions as possible. We've really stepped up our disinfectant and wiping down high touch areas throughout the warehouse and office spaces as needed daily, and then also having half of our staff work off site, half of us work here. I was on a webinar yesterday where there was other food banks. We heard from the first food bank that actually had a positive test of one employee, and they were able to actually get up and running in the next day. And so we're taking a lot of precautionary measures, doing everything we can so that should something happen to one of our staff and we have a incident that we have to respond to, we're going to get right back up and running as quick as possible. The other thing I've been spending a lot of time on is really just reaching out to our donors. A lot of our donors have stepped up recently and just calling to say thank you. Reaching out to many of our consistent donors, just encouraging them to consider a gift right now. More than ever, we really need some help to continue doing what we're doing. We have seen some grants and other funds really come through dedicated to the COVID-19 response effort. But we've also seen some kind of hiccups in terms of campaigns that typically happen this time of year that have either been put off or delayed just because of everything that's up in the air. So we've seen some increase in funds, but we've also seen some of that kind of drop off. So we've seen added expenses for sure in terms of hiring outside firms to come in and help us with cleaning efforts, the amount of supplies and food that we're actually ordering, added deliveries. It's really, we've had to purchase technology for staff so that they would have printers and capability to work off-site. So there are things that we've done to really kind of maintain our operations that, it's just things that had to happen that we had to kind of go ahead and approve those expenses and keep everything going. So really, if you're interested in helping, there's really two best ways to do that. We're in need of donated food product, and we're also in need of funds to kind of maintain our operations. We really have that buying power to turn $1 into 3 meals when you look at what's able to go out the door, and so every little bit helps. Whether it's $5, $500, whatever you can do at this time, we can really use that support. We're honored to be here, truly to step up and respond to those community needs, and that doesn't happen if not for the support we receive from individuals throughout our community. So thank you for what you're doing, and if there's anything you need, just don't hesitate to call our office.